Stop scrolling. That small 5-cent coin in your pocket might look completely ordinary, but some Jefferson nickels have quietly sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Today, we're uncovering the top 3 most valuable United States Monticello Jefferson Nickel 5-cent coins, all examined in the same condition, yet valued very differently because of rarity, mint marks, and hidden variations. These coins prove that even the most common-looking change can hide serious collector value if you know what to look for. S9 Let's get started. First up, the 1985 coin with the Denver D mint mark. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, especially if it appears worn, discolored, or even rusty. But hidden behind that aged surface could be a story of rarity, collector demand, and surprising value in the auction market. Before you spend your next nickel, you might want to watch this closely, because this small coin could hold big money potential. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and has remained one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The coin features President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his historic home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1985 version was minted in huge numbers, with over 1.1 billion nickels produced across Philadelphia and Denver facilities. The Denver Mint alone struck nearly 460 million coins that year. Because of this high production, most 1985 D nickels are very common in circulation. However, as collectors know, rarity is not always about how many coins were made, it's about how many survive in exceptional condition or with unique features. The 1985 D Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel and weighs about 5 grams. It features a smooth edge and a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. On the obverse, you will see Jefferson's profile along with the word Liberty and the year 1985. The reverse displays Monticello, with the denomination 5 cents clearly marked. One of the most important features collectors look for is the detail on the steps of Monticello, known as full steps. Coins with sharply defined steps are far more valuable because they indicate a strong strike during minting. However, many coins from the 1980s, especially from Denver, suffer from weak strikes, making full step examples rare. Even a coin that looks rusty or worn might still carry collectible interest if it shows unusual errors like die clashes, off-center strikes, or missing details. The 1985 D nickel is common in general circulation. True rarity emerges when we look at condition and minting quality. Most circulated coins, especially those that appear rusty or heavily worn, are extremely common and often overlooked. However, collectors are constantly searching for coins with unique characteristics. High-grade coins with full steps are considered scarce, with only a small number known in top conditions. Additionally, mint errors such as doubled dies, grease-filled dies, or off-center strikes can significantly increase demand because they occur in only a tiny fraction of the total mintage. Even coins in poor condition can sometimes attract attention if they display a rare error or unusual toning. In average circulated or rusty condition, a 1985 D Jefferson nickel is typically worth only its face value of 5 cents. Some slightly better preserved coins may sell for a few cents above face value, but generally remain under $1. However, the story changes dramatically for higher-grade coins. Uncirculated examples can reach anywhere from around $2 million, and premium-graded coins have sold for over $2 million at auction. When full steps are present, values can climb even higher, with rare examples reaching hundreds of dollars, and in exceptional cases, over $2 million. Across the broader 1985 nickel category, extremely high-grade coins have even crossed into the thousands at auction when they show perfect detail and rarity. This shows that even a common coin can become highly valuable under the right conditions. If you have a 1985 D nickel, the first thing to check is its condition. Even if it looks rusty or worn, examine it closely under good lighting. Look at the steps on Monticello. Are they sharp and fully visible, or worn flat? Next, inspect the coin for any unusual features such as doubled letters, missing details, or off-center designs. These could indicate mint errors that add value. It's also important to avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its collector value significantly. If you believe your coin might be special, consider having it graded by a professional service, as certified coins tend to sell for higher prices in the auction market. Patience is key, because sometimes the smallest details can make the biggest difference. The 1985 Jefferson Monticello nickel may seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, especially in rusty or circulated condition. But as we've seen, its true value depends on much more than appearance. From rare full steps details to unique mint errors, this coin has the potential to surprise collectors and even fetch impressive prices at auction. Next up, the United States Jefferson Monticello Nickel from 1970 with the Denver D mint mark, especially in fine condition. At first glance, this coin may seem like an ordinary piece of everyday currency, but collectors know that even common coins can carry surprising worth when the right combination of condition, detail, and rarity comes into play. This 1970 D nickel is one of those coins that quietly holds potential, and by the end of this video, you might start looking at your spare change very differently. The Jefferson nickel has been a cornerstone of U.S. coinage since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin honors President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with his historic home, Monticello, featured on the reverse. By 1970, the United States Mint was producing nickels in large quantities to meet circulation demand, and the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of these coins that year. Despite the high mintage, the 1970 D nickel remains important to collectors because it represents a transitional period in modern coinage, where quality control and strike consistency varied. Over time, many of these coins entered circulation and became worn, making well-preserved examples in fine or better condition more desirable today. The 1970 D Jefferson nickel is made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it durability and a distinct metallic appearance. It weighs 5 grams and has a smooth edge, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. On the obverse, Jefferson's left-facing portrait is accompanied by the inscriptions: Liberty, the year 1970, and the motto, In God We Trust. The reverse showcases Monticello in detailed architectural form, along with the inscriptions, E pluribus unum Monticello, and 5 cents. One of the most important features collectors examine is the clarity of the steps leading up to Monticello. Known as full steps, this detail indicates a strong strike and is highly prized in the numismatic world. In fine condition, the coin still retains moderate detail, though some wear is visible on Jefferson's hair and the building steps, making each surviving example a small piece of history. The 1970 D nickel was produced in large numbers. Rarity is not simply about how many coins were minted. It's about how many have survived in collectible conditions. Most of these nickels were heavily circulated, and over the decades, many have lost their finer details due to wear. Coins in fine condition are already more desirable than heavily worn examples, but the real demand comes from coins with sharper detail or unique characteristics. Collectors actively search for coins with full steps, as well as mint errors such as doubled dies or off-center strikes. These features significantly increase a coin's appeal and rarity. Even within a common mintage, the number of coins meeting these higher standards is relatively small, which drives collector demand and competition in auctions. When it comes to value, a 1970 D Jefferson nickel in fine condition typically holds a modest premium over its face value, often ranging from a few cents up to around $1 depending on its exact level of preservation. However, the value increases as the condition improves. Coins in uncirculated condition can fetch several dollars, and those with exceptional quality or full steps designation can command significantly higher prices. In the auction market, high-grade examples have been known to sell for $10,000 million, especially when certified by professional grading services. Rare error coins from this year can push values even further, turning what seems like a simple 5-cent coin into a surprisingly valuable collectible. If you come across a 1970 D Jefferson nickel, the first step is to carefully evaluate its condition. Look closely at Jefferson's portrait and the details of Monticello, especially the steps. Coins in fine condition will still show clear outlines, though some wear is expected. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its value significantly in the eyes of collectors. It's also wise to check for any unusual features, such as doubling in the lettering or design misalignment, which could indicate a mint error. Using a magnifying glass or coin loupe can help reveal details that are not visible to the naked eye. If you believe your coin is in particularly good condition or has unique characteristics, consider having it professionally graded to maximize its value in the market. The 1970 Jefferson Monticello nickel may appear ordinary, but as we've explored, it carries a deeper story of history, craftsmanship, and hidden potential. In fine condition, it already stands out among heavily worn coins, and with the right features, it can become a sought-after collectible worth far more than its face value. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a reminder that treasure can often be found in the most unexpected places. Next up, the United States 1988 Jefferson Monticello Nickel, a coin that many people overlook but collectors keep a close eye on. Even in fine condition, this coin carries more story than most people realize, and in rare cases, it can attract strong attention in the auction market. While it may not look special at first glance, the 1988 nickel represents a piece of modern U.S. coinage that still holds collectible potential when condition, detail, and demand come together. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938 and has remained in continuous production ever since, making it one of the longest-running designs in American coin history. By 1988, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins annually to support everyday commerce, and the Denver Mint played a major role in that production. The 1988 Jefferson Nickel was struck in massive quantities, intended primarily for circulation rather than collectors. However, coins like these often end up spending years in wallets, cash registers, and coin jars, which means that well-preserved examples become increasingly harder to find over time. Although it is not considered a rare coin in terms of mintage, its collectible interest grows when condition and strike quality are taken into account. The 1988 Jefferson Nickel features the classic design created by Felix Schlag. On the front, or obverse, the coin displays a left-facing portrait of President Thomas Jefferson along with the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year 1988. On the reverse, the coin shows Jefferson's historic home, Monticello, with detailed architectural elements, along with the inscriptions, "E pluribus unum, Monticello," and 5 cents. The coin is made of a copper-nickel composition, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter. In fine condition, the coin still retains visible design elements, although light wear can be seen on Jefferson's hair, facial features, and the steps of Monticello. These small details are important to collectors, as they help determine the overall grade and potential value. The 1988 nickel was produced in extremely large numbers. True rarity in the coin world is not just about mintage figures. It is about survival in higher condition grades and the presence of desirable features. Most 1988 nickels were heavily circulated, meaning many have scratches, wear, or loss of detail. Coins in fine condition are relatively more appealing because they still maintain visible design structure while showing moderate wear, making them suitable for early-stage collectors. However, collector demand increases significantly when coins show sharp strikes, strong details on Monticello, or rare mint errors. While standard circulated examples are common, well-preserved or error varieties create competition among collectors, especially those building complete Jefferson nickel sets. In general, a 1988 Jefferson nickel in fine condition is still considered a common coin, and its value usually remains close to face value, often ranging from 5 cents to around 50 cents depending on eye appeal. However, the value can increase in higher grades. Uncirculated examples can sell for $5 million, and coins with exceptional strike quality or full steps detail on Monticello may reach higher prices in the collector market. In rare cases, certified high-grade specimens can achieve values in the tens or even hundreds of dollars at auction, especially when demand is strong among Jefferson nickel collectors. Error coins from the same year can also push values significantly higher, depending on the rarity and visibility of the mistake. If you come across a 1988 Jefferson nickel, The first step is to carefully examine its condition under good lighting. Look for overall wear, especially on Jefferson's face and the Monticello steps, as these areas are key indicators of grading. Even in fine condition, the coin should still show clear outlines of the design. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its collectible value and damage the surface. It is also important to check for unusual characteristics such as doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or other minting errors that may increase its value. Collectors should consider using a magnifying glass or coin loupe for better inspection. If you believe the coin is in unusually good condition or has rare features, professional grading can help confirm its quality and potentially increase its market value. The 1988 D. Jefferson Monticello Nickel may not be considered rare in terms of production numbers, but as we have seen, its true interest lies in condition, detail, and collector demand. Even in fine condition, it represents a piece of American mint history that continues to circulate through generations. While most examples remain modest in value, the possibility of higher grade or error varieties makes it an exciting coin to examine closely. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this coin breakdown, stay tuned for more videos where we uncover hidden value in everyday US coins.